This is Rico Steve Town, where the Minister of Internal Affairs and representative of the UNCSR, the Ivorian refugee.
Okay, so the UN, they got different UN group, but other than yet, they get a one I think get a refugee called a UNHCR. The big person for UNHCR in Liberia. She yet on the la, no yet. All of that. They call Rosalie Okoro. Okay, Madam Rosalie Okoro. She's the big person for UNHCR. All the children, they get one group in the UN that can take care of the children business. Right. They call it UNICEF. The UNICEF, they send their whole team, but the person heading it, that the person that can rep for, they call a communication specialist. And yet, then UNFPA, they put a thing on the family business, how you can do, get small medicine, women, how you can do yourself, take care of yourself, everything. They got UNFPA the year 2 for family business. Wow, this is
Green Coast TV.
Yeah, we get ROM. If you live in one place, the people that can so mark you and take care of you, they got ROM the year 2 UN, that they are big person in charge of the whole ROM yet. Yeah, I want that last week I want call. When they say UN, when you're talking about food, to give you food for you to eat, they put that in charge of giving food to in the UN the year 2. They call it WFP. I mean the cabinet. WFP. Now. Hello. Okay. Now, listen, please. The minister being here for probably to Bewale, he here in Zodru, he's going to Butuo and all the areas here in Nimba County. He will also go to Grand Gctv to see all the refugees that are here from Africa Coast.
Hola, minister, Odiga, I look by ya, I may play. That play on ya, or a moe, or j. Omo Grangela be munye ta klebe da ho blue by ya, I may drain that play on ya.
Okay, the superintendent here, boy, a person that honoring the county instead of very hard working from Nimba County to here, they call him Mark. Oh, Mark Lewis. And I come now on board, okay, on the la, or no inspector, or no professor. So quickly we talk small. We first call the town chief. The town chief, Mark K. Davis. He will say Sonny Small. Where Mark? Prince, rather. Where Prince?
Yeah.
Prince, oh. Okay, that Prince here. Say Sonny Small for the people of Zoju. Just small.
Now, I put you to school. What do
say he is very thankful to the Lord for your safe arrival.
Then when Upara Udga, we were
you came to us, but that the refugee you came to, more especially.
I put my school,
he thank you all for coming, and this is Zodu. You are welcome. The refugee that you can see here are they.
Thank you. All right, then we end with the Paramount Chief for Zodu Chidon, Christine Doa. Paramount Chief.
First of all, I want to thank God very much for this wonderful day. I'm happy since, I don't know, 2016 or 18, my minister and myself were in Grand Jere for a conference. I just seen him. But when the refugee arrived here, I was so, frightened because of food business and things. I was thinking, how are we going to get food for these people? But thank God that UNHCR, IOM, LRRC, all this group has come to take care of the refugees.
This is Green Coast TV. We are in Nimba district in 5 Nimba County around the Liberian border, where a good number of citizens have crossed from the Ivory Coast to Liberia due to fear of election violence. And the Minister of Internal Affairs, Honorable the Liberia Refugee Repatriation and Resettlement Commission, the Minister of Internal Affairs, the UNHCR.
Representing Zoga Territory District under the banner of Ministry of Internal Affairs, Your Majesty, Honorable Minister, our counterpart,
his boss, the Internal Affairs Minister,
LRRC, IOM, and other key organization sectors also here present. And not forgetting the local leadership right here in Zoga. We have the representatives from the refugee arena. They are also here. Right here, you have to experience what is happening right here in this part of Liberia. And whether it's a political situation, whether it's an indigenous situation, yeah. At the end of where am I?
These are the Ivorian refugees in Buto. The Minister of Internal Affairs and other UN agencies have come to meet
wa nwa gbama wo die me agoko divine nu ne me o de nwa gbama o die yakare e kwa nu ne se kwa ya le kai ba me o sa de o blouse e o nya ye mu lo mu ka akoye maka a bia se to kwa me nu odugo kwa ka mu a mu kwa kwa mu be o de ka pe kwa nu me ayo esiro
So I don't go
Donc il y a quand même des assieds pour faire un break à l'année. Américain nous a sali, Américain comme Canadien, Américain mais pas un capot à sali quand nous en non en dénou. En vanant mais si nous sali quand on est peu, quand nous sommes. Yakabuya ka alekwa wa kone le yakanyika ka kwanya ntire. Edo wedu adile ka tekanye. Dodo wene. Ka mu bime ya mu bim. E you plaza ka de ka enu ba nyini ya wo ba.
Mega drug in it. Maka kagwe.
Ameya ko e fla pula to be. Mebe to ni makante pu abe. A inspector. Moi baka goma, moi ma message ba. Mebe de pu a me plus de plaisir ma media bien e bo. Donc il y a quelqu'un qui a dit après il c'est un peu bien si on veut à tout monde et à tout comment
He said that the left the country in Kenya that worried, brought them. Saying you people have come, then they are happy. They know that you people brought good news for them. And secondly, we think with the woman, the entire people of Mutuo, you people got to thank them also. The superintendent, including with whosoever that under here, you people supposed to thank them also because they did extremely well for us. Because they are helping us. They help us a lot, and we are here today. We are here. We are here today. Some of the children that travel with us now, they are in healthy condition. This is the harvesting time. Some of us were supposed to be harvesting, but we left everything we keep here empty. People were not shooting the gun outside, but now that the first time we've been seeing this, guns were all around. So now this is what make us afraid. We left the country we came here. Since the starting of the day up to this time, at our first time, this is what make us to lead the country and come and be here. This is not the first time, that the second time here. So the first time now, most of our items got damaged. So when the second one is coming there, we have to take precaution. Some of our people go sick. We think all of you. We depend on you. You people, we think all of you to be with.
They are willing to support the government to attend to the needs of these refugees. So my observation is just as because they are with me and they're taking note so that we can really what their needs are, we can government can come through with it through the different agencies under the leadership of our refugee agency, which is IVORIAN.
So how many days the trip will last for?
It should be up to Saturday. I'm leaving today to Gctv, and then from Gctv I'll go back to Monrovia so I can report to the president as to the observation made.
Nimba has several borders with Ivory Coast, and you just visit a few. You're heading to Gctv. What happened to the rest of the borders?
We couldn't visit all, but we visited those points that UNHCR thought that in IVORIAN that were necessary to visit. So it doesn't mean that this is the beginning. It doesn't mean that we will not come back again. But this is just an assessment trip, because what is happening here in Butuo is unique to all of the other places that we might have to go because they have water, sanitation, and what have you.
Finally, before you go, most of the town you visited, the need of safe drinking water and latrine was some of those things the town chiefs told you. When soon do you hope to do prompt intervention?
Actually, agency have started already. In Jondo yesterday, I was told that some of the food that have been sent to them, they already started to receive. So they are rationed. So meaning that we have started and we're going to improve on what has started already.
Thank you.
Okay, it's a NASA organization.
Let's talk to the country revolution.
Madam, welcome.
Thank you.
Your full name?
Full name.
Rosaline Okoro.
Rose, tell us since the onset of the tour, what is your own observation?
My own observation is that we have a grievous situation. We have a very serious situation in our hands. We have a major humanitarian situation in our hands because the people, they just burst upon us more or less. We have been expecting the people, and there was a little trickle at the end of the elections. But in the past 1 week or up to 10 days, we've been receiving even up to 1,000 people per day. And for us, it's a major cause of concern because in all the sectors where we need humanitarian response, the needs are enormous. And we are just rallying the response of the UN team, the UN country team. I'm sure you've seen them around here. Those who are responsible for food, WFP, children issues, UNICEF, and so on and so forth. So the needs are many, and we are going to do our level best to deploy assistance. We've already started distributing food, distributing other core relief items, but the needs, they are extensive. So it's like we've just dropped it's like a drop of water in an ocean in terms of the needs that are actually out there on the ground.
Children appeared in a very huge number among the refugees, and children are responsive to disease outbreak. Is that anything that the UN is putting in place in terms of responding to their health need?
Yes, I mentioned that UNICEF is among us, and UNICEF has deployed a very competent team. They are already assessing the children, looking at issues of malnutrition and responding. And we have already, like today, you must have noticed, we picked out some children who have really reached the advanced stage of malnutrition with edema showing. And so we are trying to send those children to Saklepea, where we have a more reasonable health care facility, because right here it's dry.
They just had their elections not less than 2 weeks ago, and those people are now in our country. And doing the elaborations of the person that spoke on behalf, and then the person said there is no danger, but because of what they observed is what have made them to come. And you are talking about distributions of food, including other items. So why is it when everything be soon, everything is okay soon? What will you do?
Not if everything is okay soon.
Yeah.
We will be very happy. That is everybody's desire. Nobody wants. In fact, when I look at the children, my heart is torn to shreds. Because they are sporting their wristbands, which we issue them when they are registered, and some of them are playing with it. It's like a toy or some kind of a wristwatch, but it symbolizes something deeper. They have been uprooted from home, and I'm sure their parents, and if you listen to them, most of them are actually hanging around the border because they prefer to be able to monitor the situation closely and go back home as soon as the situation permits. I don't think anybody wants to leave home and come and live in conditions of want, because they are really in lack and want here, as you can see.
Thank you.
They want to go home.
Thank you. Honorable Director, welcome to members of the full estate.
You have heard the minister speak. I think you want to indict me now.
No, not to indict you. The assessment you own directly for under your purview. What are plans for the refugees as the chief of refugee in the country?
I think, first of all, let me say thanks to the full estate for covering extensively our visit here. You have heard the head of the UNHCR here. They have outlined most of the observation and interventions in terms of food, medicine for the kids, the pregnant women here, and so forth. So there are lots of plans. One of them, after the assessment, we will see the need, because per international law, the refugees should not be within the vicinity of the border. It should be about 50 kilometers from the border. So it's something that we will consider hereafter.
So we listened to you warning the refugees to avoid tampering with the peace of the both countries. What will you really say?
One of the obligations of the Electoral Piracy, as part of the 1951, which was being domesticated in 1993, making the Electoral Piracy, is to provide international protection of people who come to our border for protection. So if you come here for protection and we see you going back and availing yourself to your country of origin, obviously you risk losing your refugee status. So we're simply trying to inform them, if you went back to Cote d'Ivoire, meaning you have availed yourself to the authority of Cote d'Ivoire, your home country, and you wouldn't be considered as refugee. Meanwhile, we were putting out a caution of those who be troublemakers. Obviously, you have to find the kind of people with ordinary people who have fled their country, and then we find the kind of people in the midst of the people who come here in Liberia and go to Cote d'Ivoire and cause us trouble and come back in Liberia. Trust me, we revoke the refugee status, and you wouldn't be a refugee as far as the Electoral Piracy is concerned.
A few years back, even when refugees in Liberia returned to their country, and those refugee camps in Liberia appear to be abandoned. Are you thinking of taking assessment tour there to see whether those refugees can be properly located to the refugee camp?
So the right information is not all of the refugees return. From 2010 here, we have 225,000 refugees in Liberia. So up to present, we have little over 8,999. So presently in Liberia hosts IVORIAN refugees of that number, 8,000 and plus. Now, with the statistics here, the new arrival, that number, the new arrival makes up the number 9,999. So now, you talk about the former refugee places. Of course, as we speak, those places are being reactivated. They are being renovated as we speak, and the process is on to transfer. Just to you, per the international law, the refugee should not be in a close proximity of the border. So we want to trace them 50 kilometers from here. So all of those places have been relooked at, and they have been renovated at this point.
Okay, thank you, Darda.
Your name again? My name is Reverend Logan, Festus Logan.
Thank you.